Hi everyone, my name is Riccardo, I'm the tech lead of Desmos, and today I'm going to talk about the past, present, and future of the project that I work at. So first of all, before beginning, a little introduction to Desmos, to what it is, for all of you that don't know. Desmos is a protocol made for developers that want to create socially enabled applications in a decentralized way. So we have built all the foundations for developers to create decentralized, socially enabled applications in the last 3 years, pretty much. And now we're going to see what we have done, where we are now, and what we are going to do in the future. So first of all, last year we were at the first Cosmoverse conference in November 2021. And at that time, we talked about the current problems with social networks, like centralized social networks, how Desmos aims at solving them, so the mission of Desmos. We announced the release of the first feature of Desmos, so the Desmos profile, which is this unique identity that you can get in order to access all the social networks built on top of Desmos. And we also launched the Desmos DSM Fairdrop for all the stakers of 11 different chains. So how did things go since then? What happened since last year? So a couple of weeks later that we announced the Desmos Fairdrop, we started it. So 2 weeks later than the Cosmoverse, the Fairdrop started, and we can say that we got quite a huge reaction from the community, but not the ones that we expected. We can see that there were a lot of comments about it because what we require users to do is we require them to connect external accounts to their Desmos profile, but to do this we ask them to input their mnemonic phrase into our applications. And the community was quite loud to tell us that, yeah, that wasn't the way to go. So we immediately fixed that, and a couple of hours later, we actually released different applications that allow you to claim your airdrop without having to input your mnemonic phrase. So first of all, we got ForbalX, our wallet that allowed you to claim it using the ledger. Then we got GoFindMe, which allowed you to claim it using Kepler. And finally, the Cosmos Station team helped us by implementing the ability to claim the airdrop within the mobile wallet themselves. So all of this happened in November 2021. The next month, we were focused on coding while all our friends were out there on the snow, like skiing, having fun. We sat down and started coding, kept building, because we knew that the next month, on January 2022, we had to list on Osmosis. So we listed, we created the tuples, DSM Atom, DSM Osmo, as usual, and we were fine with that. Next month, February 2022, the airdrop ended. So this allowed us to onboard more than 29,000 Desmos profile associated to more than 43,000 recipients of the airdrop for an overall amount of more than 60,000 connected external chains to those Desmos profiles and more than 6.3 million DSM claims. So after this airdrop, we got quite a huge amount of users that could use the Desmos protocol from that time onward. So the DSM Fairdrop was a very, very good way to onboard users into our protocol. On March 2022, we announced the Desmos Grant Program. This is a grant program that is still ongoing and allows users and developers that want to contribute to the Desmos community to request a grant in order to either develop tools, applications, do marketing, community stuff, or design stuff to help us grow either the community or build products on top of Desmos. In April till June 2022, we pretty much got all fucked, right? Because the bear market came. So Luna crash, Bitcoin crash, everyone got fucked. And what we did is we sat down and thought, all right, so most of our money is gone. What are we going to do now? So we decided to simply put back our McDonald's hat and start building again. So during that time, what we did is we completed all the modules that we had in our roadmap, And these are the modules that I was talking about in the beginning, which allow developers to build socially enabled applications on top of Desmos. So we have the profiles module, which represents, again, the unique identity among all Desmos applications. We have the subspaces module, which allows developers to create their own subspace within Desmos where to post content. We have the post module, which allows to create those content, the reactions to react, and the reports to report bad content. Aside from this, we also added full support for Cosmosm to our chain. So we created custom bindings so that developers can create applications even easier on top of our protocol. We released the stable version of Desmos.js, which is our TypeScript library that allows Web 2.0 developers, so they don't need to have access or knowledge about the blockchain and all those kind of things, to create on top of Desmos. So if you are a Web 2.0 developer and want to get started into the Web 3.0 world, what you can do is you can simply use Desmos.js to build application on top of Desmos without knowing how those transactions need to be signed, broadcasted, etc., because Desmos.js will take care for you of that. And finally, we also released the stable version of our GraphQL endpoints, because we know that Web 2.0 developers are not used to interacting with the chain and querying the chain data directly. So what we did is we built a middle layer that developers can use to get those data more easily and in a way that's more familiar to them. So all of this helped us build something that developers could use, but users that were onboarding during the airdrop started asking, all right, like, this is great, we have the DSM, we could use them, but there is no platform where to use it, right? So Desmos is good, but when social network? And this was actually one question that we got a lot at our booth during these 2 days, like, when are we going to be able to use something that is built on top of Desmos? And the answer actually is soon, but it's very soon, because the first one, it's being developed right now, is Scripta, and this is a decentralized publishing platform, very similar to Medium, that allows users to earn through the reward system that they have built in. And this platform, unlike Medium that requires you a Google login, simply relies on the Desmos profile to work, so it's completely anonymous, and you can start using Scripta from now, going on the website scripta.network, and you can also follow them on Twitter at scripta.network. So if you're a content creator and you would like to create content in a decentralized way, in an anonymous way, to protect your privacy and make sure that your content gets never deleted due to censorship or whatever, you can do this right now going on scripta.network. A second application that has been built on top of Desmos, and it's currently being developed, is Alexandria. This is a decentralized and permissionless encyclopedia, so it's pretty much Wikipedia but built on top of Desmos, that stores all the text on IPFS, so in a completely censorship-resistant way, and the directory of that content is instead stored on Desmos. This means that if you are a content creator and you want to provide someone with some knowledge, making sure that that knowledge never gets deleted, you can do it right now. You will be able to do it on Alexandria once it gets released. One thing that is very interesting to this platform is that in order to perform all the operations, so uploading or editing content, it will require you DSM, and this is going to be a way to incentivize people to behave correctly. They have also implemented a slashing for bad behavior in a way that users that want to post like bad content, maybe fake news or wrong information within Alexandria, are going to get slashed, so they're going to get punished, and no like information wars will be ever can exist inside Alexandria, unlike it is right now in Wikipedia, in which we have different communities that try to edit the same Wikipedia page to make one reality prevail over the other one. And Alexandria is currently being developed, and the beta is coming in Q1 2023. So in a couple of months, you will also be able to use Alexandria as well. So these two projects were funded thanks to the Desmos grant program that I talked about before. But actually, as Forbo, we decided that, yeah, it's good to have someone that develops outside of it, but we need to make something. And Butter is the reply to that. need of doing something by ourselves. So Butter is a very, very easy to use mobile application that all users will be able to use to get into the world of decentralized social networks. And it allows you to write content and obtain engagement of that content. The problem that we wanted to solve with Butter is to make sure that all users, even the ones that do not know anything about a mnemonic phrase, a transaction, crypto, and all those kind of things, can get into the Web 3.0 world without having those problem of understanding and learning all those kind of things before getting into it. So what we have tried to do is we have to try to simplify as much as possible, making sure that users still have control over their account, but do not have to confirm everything and go through the process of learning a lot of things before using it. So Butter will also allow you to have access to some Web 3.0 features so that users can easily get used to them. One of them is going to be the ability to mint NFTs from content and then use those NFTs to access features of the application within the application itself. So maybe you're a content creator, some of your posts reach a lot of users, they get a lot of reactions, they get a lot of comments. What you can do is you can mint an NFT out of that content and then burn that content or maybe sell it to someone that is willing to buy it. We have seen people buying Twitter, like the first tweet on Twitter for millions. Maybe you can do the same thing with your content. Another thing that Butter will allow you to do is it will allow you to create your own decentralized community so that if you're a content creator, you can make the users or those community more active, maybe organizing events or providing them with some content that they cannot access from anywhere else. Butter is currently set to be released in Q1 2023 as well, and you can follow the development of it at Twitter at Butter the app. So all of this is coming in the next months. All these applications are being developed in the next months. But what we are focused as Desmos is not only providing support for these applications, but also much, much more. One thing that we will be doing is we'll be integrating new Cosmos features into the Desmos core. One of them is going to be the interchain account, the support for interchain accounts, so that if you have a Desmos profile and maybe you have a Cosmos account or an Osmosis account or an Akash or whatever, you can link those accounts together thanks to the use of interchain accounts. This will make it easier for users to create a Desmos profile that has multiple verification sources, and so makes sure that those profiles represent a single person instead of another one in order to reduce fake accounts and impersonators and whatever. Also, we want to add the ability for the apps to have their own custom tokenomics, so maybe have their own custom tokens or provide ways for users of those platforms to earn some money through the usage of them. Another thing that we want to do, of course, is to support developers that want to build on top of Desmos. And the best way to do it right now is joining our Discord. So if you are a developer that maybe, even a Web 2.0 developer that doesn't know anything about transaction and all those kind of things, you can reach out to us and we will provide you with support in order to realize your vision on top of Desmos. The final thing that we want to do is we want to make sure that everyone can access and start using Web 3.0 social networks, and this is going to be done by integrating Desmos feature into existing platforms and existing applications that users already use. One usage is probably going to be on-chain governance proposal discussion. So if you're currently a staker of any chain, you know how hard it is to discuss a non-chain governance proposal. Usually, for example, on the Cosmos Hub, proposals go on discussion on the Cosmos forum, then they get discussed when they are proposed on chain, but then when they are on-chain, discussion happen maybe in Discord or Twitter or whatever else. And what we want to do is we want to merge all those things together to make sure that stakers and delegators can discuss those proposals without having to move on another platform or multiple applications. And so we want to create the ability to give the users the ability to discuss those on-chain governance proposals directly into explorers such as MintScan, Big Dipper, or Ping.pub, or any other kind of explorer that users are used to use. So In general, what we want to do is we want to get users into the world of decentralized social networks very, very easily. And to do this, we're going to help any developer that want to develop something on top of Desmos. So if you have any idea that you want to develop on top of Desmos, make sure you come and stop by our booth in the next days so that we can talk about it, see how we can help you with that, and how you can get started. Finally, if you want to connect and stay in touch with us, you can do so following those links, like the Desmos website, desmos.network is the best place to find all the links, all the information that you need. You can follow us on Twitter at Desmos Network. You can join our Discord at discord.desmos.network. If you are a developer, you will get a lot of support from that. And finally, if you want to check out your code and see how you can build on top of it and integrate with it, you can do so following our GitHub repo at Desmos Lab. So thank you very much, and I cannot wait to see you at the booth if you have any idea and you want to work with us.